Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone who will be watching this video. So based on the question given, Husna, Alisa and Sofia are partners in a business of garage. Basically, three of them agreed that only Husna and Sofia can apply for business loan. However, without the knowledge of the other partners, Alisa had borrowed 10,000 ringgit from Alia, which is known as her sister.
Hello Alia, how are you doing? I just wondered if you could help me with this.
I'm doing just fine. Why?
I just need to borrow you some of money in case you don't mind.
I'm glad to help. How much you need?
10,000 ringgit. But don't worry, we will immediately repay you the money later.
I already transferred it to your bank account.
Oh really?
To help.
Thank you so much. You are the best sister.
The money was then used to pay some of the firm's debt and to buy some new equipments for their business. Alia then asked for her payment from the firm.
Hello?
Hello?
There, can I talk to this firm representative? I am Alia, Alisa's sister.
Yes, how can I help you?
I am a little short right now. Do you think your firm could find a way to pay back the money I let your firm borrow, please?
I'm sorry, what do you mean by pay back your money?
I loaned my sister Alisa 10,000 ringgit. She said it's on behalf of the firm. Isn't it the time your firm paid me back?
I'm very sorry, on behalf of the firm, we refuse to pay back your money. It's not our responsibility since Alisa has no authority to perform any loan. And she did that without the other partners' acknowledgement.
So what about my money then? Wait.
However, the firm refused to pay Alia since Alisa is not entitled to borrow the said sum. In order to hold the partnership liable, there are 4 elements that are required to be fulfilled. First, act done must be within the scope of business. Next, the third party must believe that he is a partner. Thirdly, the act done is in the usual way. And lastly, the act is done as a partner and not as a personal capacity. So, the issue here is the firm is liable to pay Alisa's debt to Alia.
First element is the act of a partner must be done for the purpose of the business of the partnership or in relation to the partnership business to make the firm and the others liable, which means act done must be within the scope of business. Section 7 of Partnership Act 1961 provides that every partner is an agent of the firms and his partners for business. If the act done in relation to business and for the purpose of the firm carried out within the ordinary scope of the firm, the partners are bound. For example, in the case of Mercantile Credit Company Limited and Garrett, Mr. Garrett and Mr. Parkin form a business, but Mr. Garrett only a sleeping partner. Mr. Parkin had sold plaintiff a car without consent of Mr. Garrett, but then the plaintiff claimed sum of money from Mr. Garrett. The court held that Mr. Garrett was liable for a deal involving motor vehicle because selling motor vehicle was the usual way for motor garage companies. So for this case, according to Section 7 of Partnership Act 1961, the partnership is liable because of the loan was made for the purpose of the business. Also referred to Section 9, in this case, the loan in fact has been utilized to pay some of the firm's debt and to buy some new tools for the business. So Alia is entitled to the repayment of the money as if the money originally been borrowed by the partner, even though the borrowing was made without authority, as Alia had no knowledge of any limitation imposed on the partner to apply for loan. Therefore, the firm and 3 of them are liable for the action.
The second element is the third party belief he or she is a partner of the firm. By virtue of Section 10 of Partnership Act 1961,
if it has been agreed between the partner that any restriction shall be placed on the power any one or more of them to bind the firm. No act done in contravention of the agreement is binding on the firm with respect to person having notice of the agreement. This section means that when a partner carry out an act which had been expressly prohibited, the firm will be bound if the third party aware of the restriction. If they not and the partner had done what within his usual authority, the firm would also be bound. The usual authority here such as to pay the debts of the firm or buy new equipment for the business. As seen from Section 10 of Partnership Act 1961, if restrictions are imposed upon Alisa and if the person whom she is dealing with, which is Alia, noticed about this restriction, the firm would not be liable when that partner act beyond the authority permitted by the firm. But in this case, Alia does not know that Alisa is in fact has no authority to perform a loan on behalf of the firm. This means Alia believes Alisa has the authority to do so. Therefore, the partnership is liable to repay the loan because the third party does not know about the restriction of the agreement. The third element is the act of a partner must be done in the firm's ordinary course of business or in usual way of business to make the firm and the other partners liable. Section 7 of Partnership Act 1961 also provides that the acts of every partner who does any act for carrying on in the usual way business of the kind carried on the firm of which he is a member bind the firm and his partners. The partner must act in the firm's ordinary course of business, circumstances, nature of business, and practice of the person engaged. In the case of Goldberg and Jenkins and Law, a partner borrowed money on behalf of the firm at over 60% interest when the comparability rates were 6% until 10%. The court held that such borrowing was not acting in the usual way of the business, even the purpose of borrowing is within the ordinary course of a trading partnership. In this case, according to Section 7 of Partnership Act 1961, what Alisa done, which is borrowing money for the partnership business, is considered as the usual way of carrying on the business. The act is in effect necessary, connected, relevant, and reasonably normal for the business. This means that the firm and other partners are also liable for the action.
Next is the act of a partner must be done by the partner as a partner of the firm and not in his own personal capacity to make the firm and the other partners liable. By virtue of Section 8 of Partnership Act 1961, an act or instrument relating to the business of the firm and done or executed in the firm name or in any other manner showing an intention to bind the firm by any person thereto authorized, whether a partner or not, is binding on the firm and all the partners. The actual authority given to the partner to act or execute a function in the firm name can be done by express or implied. This section can be explained in the case of Fabrics and Company, a two-partner firm of father and son. They were being pressed by the creditor, so the son agreed to assign the book debts for giving time to pay without telling his father. But in the deed, his son forged his father's name. The court applied to Section 8 of Partnership Act 1961 since it related to the business of the firm and was done in a manner showing intention to bind the firm and execute by the partner. So in this case, Alia enters into the transaction in the firm's name that certainly can be considered as acting as agent for the firm as per Section 7 of Partnership Act 1961 and can make the firm liable accordingly. In addition, referring to the Section 8 of Partnership Act 1961, Alia believed that Alisa is a partner, so the firm can be said liable for the act of partner even though Alisa lacks authority to perform the loan. The firm is bound by the act of Alisa as she acted in the manner showing intention to bind the firm. Therefore, the firm and the other partners are liable.
As the presumption, the firm and all the partners should be liable for the action of Alisa because it fulfilled all the 4 elements that has been stated. Alisa has the power to bind the firm in respect of the contract entered by her with the third party, which is Alia. It means that the firm and other partners are liable, therefore can be sued for the contract that a partner has been entered.